Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to cover the basics, and that's the stance, the address position and potting possibly the very first ball in snooker. Okay, now the easiest way to do this and to demonstrate this is to have a red on the blue spot, the cue ball approximately halfway between the red and the middle pocket here. So hopefully we'll be able to pot a red into the middle pocket, and we'll start off by doing that right now. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. Now, before we start and before we play the shot, what we need to remember are these four things. Now, in order to play any shot in the game, we need to be mindful of the grip hand, the chest, the chin, because the chin always has to remain on the cue because that helps with consistency, and number 4 is the bridge hand. Now, all of these are contact points and they all must be met in order to play well. This is what I do when I'm playing, and this is what I recommend any of my students do, is be mindful of these 4 contact points because they're very important. Now, we'll move on to the stance. Now, the stance is, there are quite a few things that we need to think about here, and it all depends on whether you're a left-hander or a right-hander. I'm a left-hander, and what you need to think of is, just imagine a line running all the way through the shot, which means the middle pocket, which is the target pocket, the red, the white, and this pocket here. So an imaginary line all the way through there, and this also extends out to where our body is because we need to get the right body position. So when you walk into a shot, you have what we call the leading leg, which is, for a left-hander, it's the left leg. So that's your first foot down in the address position. So what you need to do is that imaginary line, you need to put your foot over that line. And for me, I tend to associate that with my shoulder also, because if my shoulder's on the line of aim, I tend to more often than not be in the right position for the shot, and that helps me. So if you can imagine the heel of your foot on that line, that's pretty near to what you need to be doing. But you can experiment a little because everybody's body size is different, the height of everybody is different, the length of the cue that people use is different, and all these factors matter when you're experimenting because it isn't one fit for all. It's everybody needs to adjust and be comfortable in their own way. So that's what we try and remember when we're teaching people, because not everybody's the same. So you put your leading leg down. So I tend to think of it as where the laces would start on my shoes is the line. So you put your first leg down, and it's approximately the length of the cue that you're using, where your hand holds the cue. If you could draw a vertical line down to the floor, that would be where your first foot would be. So I'm imagining it would be there. So you come away from the shot, walk into the line, put your first foot down. So that's now your first foot's in the line for the shot, and your second foot is about your body's width apart and a foot space in front. This is how I tend to play. I mean, there are other foot positions that you can use, and we will cover that in another video. You can have the parallel position, you can have what they call the boxer stance, you can have, sorry, that's the boxer stance, then you can have the square stance. I tend to go for the boxer style. And because I do that, it's a foot space forward, further forward, and the foot positions are your leading leg if you're a left-hander. If you can imagine a clock face, then my leading leg is pointing out towards number 10 or number 11 on a clock face. And my right leg is pointing to possibly number 1 on the clock face. And the reason why we do that is because as you bend down and get into the shot, you could be putting unnecessary stress onto your knee. and it could damage your knees. It's not very comfortable, and that's the reason why we do this, so that you allow your body the full range of movement as you get down for the shot. So now, we've got both feet in position, and I'm pretty comfortable at this stage. So now, when we drop into the shot, what we have to do now is we have to twist our hips. And because I'm a left-hander, it's all very easy to remember. So I'm a left-hander, my leading leg is my left, and I need to twist to the left. So it's all easy to remember. So, and as you twist, you need to drop down into the shot at the same time. So I've got the feet in position. I'm gonna drop in now. Everything feels comfortable. So I'll make a few preliminary addresses. When I'm happy, I'll bring the cue back and strike. And there we have, we've potted our first ball into the middle pocket. Now, on every shot that you set up on the table, if you can set that up and set that same thought process, then you'll be potting a lot more balls and getting a lot more excited for the game, and you'll learn a hell of a lot quicker. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please subscribe so that you can see more videos such as this one.